Tell you what, this crap is never ending. After the last video, we cleaned up under the engine bay a little bit more, and then tried to get back to, that should really be bolted down, but tried to get back to tuning this thing because it's still got some really awkward lean spots. Not so bad when it comes on boost, but certainly down low. In places at idle it just gets really lean, but it's developed a miss. I melted this coil pack. I've relocated it. I've melted this coil pack, the end of it, so I think it's the coil pack that's damaged. So I'll fire it up and see if it's still got the miss going. Right. I don't need to do that. Has also got an exhaust leak on this side, which is not ideal. I'm going to take that manifold out and have it skimmed, but I can't for the life of me figure out where this miss is coming from. I suspect it's a coil pack. This one here at the front, because I've already had to relocate it. So I'm going to pull the charge pipe off today, pop that coil pack that's out behind the radiator, the alternator, and hopefully that fixes the problem. But that fucking exhaust leak is horrific. Fucking boring stuff. So I've loosened the bolt off on the charge pipe. Actually, you know what? Let's just get this fucking thing out of here. Doesn't need to be in here. I've got something I've got to do. I have to mount that power steering pump. Oh. Okay. Oh, I can get that right out of the way, can't I? That's convenient. Maybe I won't mount it. Took 10 mils. Should be able to get that coil back out. It could also be a wiring issue, I suppose. I haven't thought about that. Where's the bloody clip on this thing? Underneath. Typical. I've got to put the camera back. I reckon I've just found it. It's not the coil pack after all. It's this fucking lead here. Come on, you bastard. Look at that. Get out of the way for the neighbours. Wow. Look at that. That'll be doing it. Why did that happen? That must be existing damage and I just haven't noticed it. But that explains it. Also, be any money that V-band's getting really bloody hot down there. Oh, man. Fuck. Well, at least it's not a coil pack, right? Let's I'll go and find another lead. I'll swap this over and we'll fire it up and see if it's working properly again. So, got a replacement lead. The problem is that V-band, as soon as I put this thing on, let's just put it in situ. Oh, it's in a comfort spot too. Get on there, you bugger. I'm trying to do this left-handed because I'm hanging onto the cable. Alright, that's on. Problem is, I'm really close to that. Nothing I can do about getting away from that bloody thing. Let's just get that onto them. That is way too close. It's just going to burn straight through again. Right, I've got to think this through, do something different. Maybe zip tie. I can't zip tie it back. It'll just get melted even if I do zip tie it back. Back to the drawing board. Alright. That's on. It is way too close to the way too close to the turbo. It's just going to melt again. Right, so it is definitely that V-band down there. I'm wondering if I can take that V-band off, flip it around the other way so the bolt sticks out this side, and that'll give me a bit more room. I still want to fire it up and see if that's actually the problem. I can burn another lead, and I think what I'll do is plan for next weekend. I've got to take these manifolds out anyway, get them skimmed so they're flat. So I'm going to put it back together, take it for a quick drive, see how we're travelling with the miss. If if the mist is gone, we know that's what the problem is. If the mist is still there, I'll carry on swapping out the core pack. Alright, charge pipe's back on. Let's fire this piece of shit up. Okay. So, oh, that's something else I did. That bloody negatively switched PDM. I noticed there's a value for input voltage, so I've used the input voltage to kill this whenever the car sits idling and the voltage comes down below a certain amount. It automatically shuts off all of the relays, which is really handy. But it also means as soon as the voltage comes up, that sounds better already, didn't it? Oh, maybe I left it turned off. Must have. If I turn the car off now, that thing will automatically shut down my wideband, because I always walk away forgetting about the wideband. So it just sits in the car running. It's probably not good for it. I imagine they've got a limited lifespan. But the tick is still there, but that's a lot better than it was. That bloody exhaust leak is horrible. Right, let's take it for a test drive. It already sounds a lot better. I'll go run inside and grab my tuning laptop. Right, data logger is logging. We're looking very rich, but that's because the air intake is cold at the moment. So this thing is running purely off a static map, and that's it. There's nothing else. There's no input from O2 sensors and no input from anything. Trying to get the base map as close to where accurate as possible, and then we'll adjust it. We'll add in the other sensors and whatnot. Anyway, I'm gonna let this thing warm up, then I'm gonna take it for a quick hoon. Alright, so mostly rich, a couple of little patches there that could use. It's not good. I'm not going to make any assumptions about that little red dot there, because that could just be I haven't averaged it out yet to see whether or not it's lean or rich. That still has a slight miss, which means we've got something else going wrong. I might have burnt more than one lead, to be perfectly honest with you. So you'll have to forgive my boost gauge, she's on the piss. Yeah, it's still there, that fucking miss, damn it. Get out into one of the main roads and give it a bit of a squirt. Nothing aggressive, we don't want to be pulled over. Yeah, you see that red dot that was in the middle of the graph is gone. So I have a feeling it just wanted to warm up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this graph in a sec and start logging again. So I'll do that now. And hopefully I don't have a car accident. Old matey here was blocking the road a second ago. That's good. That's a lot better than I was expecting it to be. It is nice and cool today, so the ambient temperature is going to be having an impact on this. Oh yeah. We must have something else is still wrong here, because it's still got a miss. Did I? Oh, you know what? I wonder if I left the plug off. I bet you I did. Alright, I'm going to go and find somewhere to pull over, and I'm going to see if I've put the plug back on the core pack. There's a lot of people around, so I don't want to distract anybody with my GoPro. So, I'm going to go straight ahead, I think. Should only take me 2 seconds to see if I've left that fucking plug off or I didn't put it on properly. Alright, that's all it was. One of the plugs wasn't seated down properly on the core pack, so I'm going to cancel this data log because it's a waste of time. I bet you it's leaner now. Oh, it's rich. somewhere I can turn around here. This is a private turnaround. It's useless putting a, this is private property, don't turn around when you're already in your driveway. Oh, that's better. Still got a horrible sound coming out of it. She's rich as.